In 2024, AI is one of the most controversial words that you can possibly say. On one side, you have companies using AI as a means to boost their stock price by slapping it on anything they can get their little grubby Cheeto fingers on, turning out idiotic things like AI powered toothbrushes and anime body pillows that tell you to spend more on Genshin Impact. Meanwhile, on the other side, you have your average consumer, who for some reason has decided to spend their time making images so cursed they violate the Geneva Convention. And stuck in the middle of this banana cream pie sundae is us, the people who are professionals at making zero money, while being the backbone of the AI art industry. I say this because I was scrolling on YouTube recently and I came across a video by a YouTuber named Ergojosh, who recently put out a video in regards to creating art using AI, which, as you may have already guessed, was a bad idea to do on YouTube, because it led to him receiving a lot of backlash due to him paying for a mid-journey subscription. And of course, everyone on YouTube was ready to milk it dry for some of that delicious money, which is something that I personally find distasteful and would never do. So I'm going to put my neck on the line and explain to you why he's actually correct. AI can be a valuable tool, especially for artists like me who struggle to find references for diverse characters that may not exist. One late night, I was watching an anime called Samurai Shampoo. Samurai Champloo. I sat there as a kid, watching these characters come up with crazy ways to make money as they looked for this girl's lost dad after she roped them into it. I watched the show all throughout the night until the early morning of the next day, when I finally finished it. And when I finished it, for some reason, I felt inspired to create something. I wanted to create a manga of my own. I wanted to combine samurais and people with superpowers and put it inside of a heist manga. So I grabbed my tablet and started drawing side characters that I wanted to be in my story, using some of my friends as references, while letting the ideas flow into me about what I wanted the four main characters to look like. Eventually, I got to the point where I finished sketching my side characters, and I had to start on my four main characters. But I quickly ran into a wall that I didn't know even existed at the time. I wanted to have two black women and two black men as my main characters, but I struggled a lot to draw my characters, and when I did, something just looked off. Now, as an adult, I can say that I didn't know how to draw black people. I certainly didn't know how to draw 3B or 4A hair, and painting darker skin certainly wasn't any easier, because it wasn't something taught to me in elementary school or middle school at the time. And most of the people who we studied didn't do paintings or portraits of people who were dark skinned or had non-white features. So I went on YouTube, but compared to today, YouTube in 2011 was the wild west of the internet. And after a lot of time searching, I was able to find some tutorials on how to draw black people and how to paint dark skin. But even then, when I found some of those videos, most of those videos were of people painting or drawing without explaining the process behind what they were doing. So I had to piece it together myself as I started drawing my characters. At the time, I didn't really understand why I was struggling so much, even though I had been doing art for a very long time. Now, years later, I came across that video from Ergojosh that I was mentioning, and it brought up the memories of that experience again. When he said, if you type mermaid into Google, what would you get? Well, obviously, pictures of mermaids. But if I asked you how many of those mermaids look like you, if you're a white woman or have lighter skin, congratulations. But, and this is a very big but, what if you're a minority? Well, if you're lucky, you'll be able to find a couple of images that are usable. But in many cases, you won't be able to find a plethora of images to take inspiration from. And this discrepancy that exists in the amount of reference images that you can find depending on your race is the reason why Josh is correct in saying that it is perfectly fine to use AI to create art references that may not exist, because AI can be a great tool for learning that can allow you to see the world through the eyes of anyone else on the planet at any time. And yes, I don't think it has to be said, but I'll say it anyways. You shouldn't take AI art and pass it off as your own. That's pretty obvious. Thank you so much if you stayed to the end. I'm going to be working on more videos because I really want to get one of these pretty things, one of those silver play buttons. So I'll be putting out more videos soon. Thank you. Bye.